So copy this link. There. There.
Cool.
Should be on. Yep,
Yeah,
I'm
we are.
live. Aha! Should be on. Yep, you're live. Aha!
Quick com check.
Testing 1, 2. Com test. Yep, you're live.
Quick com check.
Testing 1, 2. Com test.
Good.
Yep, you're live.
Okay, it's good. Good.
Brilliant.
Dear brilliant.
Good job. Oh, there's one field I really want to try out. Is Chernobyl. It's I think it's Bruce's one in Midrand.
Oh, yeah, I saw that one.
I think we just need to go there with a big group and then we'll be sorted.
Show you how many viewers are on.
Quick peek.
What's up, Zane? What's up, Jaden? Badger, how you guys doing?
How's it, guys?
Hello, Moto.
So clearly these two really want me to do a chicken run.
Yep.
Feel
Good.
the love, guys.
Good. I need to really want to get away to see how I can get audio worked in.
Oh, that would be awesome.
Dude, these
So
dirty dot secrets telling you something, eh?
I'll bank in money to see how much we talking.
Just come, invite all your chummies and stuff like that to the stream. STYX, if we get to 50, STYX will do a chicken run with the Spider-Man mask. If we get to 70, he'll do it shirtless.
Yeah, 70, no less.
10,000, 50,000 for
Yes,
what?
sir. Just to see me get hurt. Feel the
Sadistic, bro.
love.
Sadistic.
Well, if you're paid to see that, technically I should get that money. So it's a win-win for me.
Yeah, I'm recording my end, you recording your end.
Yes.
Do some gaming after this, boys.
Hell yeah. Oh, okay. Regardless, now I have to do it. I'm gonna get paid. I have to.
He said 10,000. He didn't say 10,000 what?
Specificity. Yes. Thank you.
I'll paint 10,000 BBs towards you.
Yeah, I actually thought about something because you remember when you said I have to do a BB run?
Yeah.
So on Saturday, I was gonna put a line of BBs on the floor and then just run on top of them and say I did my BB run.
Clever. Good thing I said chicken run. Now don't go put chickens all on the floor.
Damn it! Now I can't ask Mitch for a favor.
We're talking about everything airsoft. So we've done 6 episodes on our podcast so far, and this is our first live stream. And we're just going to recap on our favorite parts of the podcast so far, and ask each other questions and open up to answer questions that you guys have online.
It's just like a touch base episode.
Yeah, you can ask anything really.
Airsoft.
Ask anything.
Specificity. Oh no. I'm going to the
well,
proof.
let me kick us off. Welcome to Bear with Me and Sticks Around. I'm Bear.
I'm STYX. On our podcast, we talk about everything airsoft. It's our first live stream video. We're both excited and nervous, and we're looking forward to it.
Like I said, everything we're going to talk about here is airsoft related. So we've got some questions laid out for ourselves, to each other regarding this, our podcast and our journey. And we'll open up. Well, this, guys ask some questions, and we can answer those questions. So, Sticks, I think I'll kick us off on a question. So we've reached the end of what we call the season, right? We're not going to really call it seasons, but let's say it's a season. We've done 6 episodes. We've got 2 community leaders on. We've got 2 organizers we had on, 2 top tier players, and we've launched 1 epic magazine that I really enjoyed. We're sitting on about 136, I think 140 subscribers across all platforms, and that includes international viewers as well. But it's been a lot of hard work. I mean, it really has, and it's been a long road to get to where we are. And I don't think a lot of people understand how much work actually goes into each episode. I mean, you're talking about maybe 10, 11 hours from prepping, from getting interviews ready, sending out information, questions to the interviewees, doing the recording, recording the interview, and then editing the videos, including the marketing. So there's a lot of stuff, and we've got personal lives as well. I mean, we're doing this because we love the sport and we want to grow the sport. So, with all that said, you know, my question, is, and I'll let you answer it first, is what is your feelings on what we've accomplished?
Oh no, I mean, considering that we just decided the one day that we're gonna start talking about everything airsoft, we're gonna have those conversations that we wish people were talking about. And as you said, it's a lot of hard work that goes into each episode that goes into it. And it's rewarding to see doing these, even if it's not much feedback, just to get that little bit of feedback. And I mean, like our friend in New Zealand, I saw that at 2 o'clock in the morning, and there was me typing messages to everyone. I'm like, wait, it's 2 o'clock in the morning. I can't be sending this message. But overall, I'm very happy with how far we've gone, and we can only just keep going from here.
I agree. I mean, the whole reason we did this, or the reason I wanted to do it, was that there's so many organizers out there, and there's so many groups, and there's so many events. It feels like it's a saturated market in that sense. And for me, it was about where's this community going, and how can we get new fresh blood in? Because at the end of the day, we had this big boom. Kempton Park kicked off with Bruce, and there was this massive boom in the community, and then it started declining a bit again. Excuse me. And for me, it was about how can we reach, because I love this game, you love this game, how can we reach other guys or young guys from schools, to start enjoying this? Because I must be honest, when I started off, shooting people, tactics, and all that stuff, that was already in us. But we didn't know much about airsoft. We didn't know about all the organizations, the rules, what guns to get. I mean, we've been through guns like I've been through underpants,
No,
you know, a freaking lot, you know. So then you start like, where must I go? What must I start with? So that was my thing about this podcast, um, and obviously the magazine. I mean, I love when when I was in school, I loved getting magazines. Maybe it's just my age. Um, I was always into the speed and sound and surfing stuff, and I loved getting the magazines and reading it. Now we digitized, hence why we wanted to do the digital magazines. So yeah, that's from my point of view. I'm glad to see where we've grown, how we've grown. I mean, it's been what 6 weeks since we've gone live, 7 weeks since we actually gone live, and I think the growth has been good. Um, I would have liked a bit more support from community leaders and stuff like that because in the end of the day, we're doing this not just for us, but we're doing it for the community leaders as well. We are
agree.
unbiased. We're unbiased podcast. We don't care about the politics and stuff like that. What we care about is getting new people in, playing more. So I'd have liked more support in that sense, but yeah, I think it's just we can just grow from here.
Yeah, no, I have to agree with you on that. Of like, it would have been a little bit nice to get a little bit extra support. I mean, like as you said, we both got our lives that we're living. We're doing this other work on the side, and it just it gets a bit much to post to make sure okay it's posted to all the groups and we've reminded everyone. It does get a bit overwhelming sometimes. So it's like a little help would go a long way.
What's up,
I
Ragnar?
see
How you doing, bud?
How's it, Ragnar?
I see there's a question here. Do you pay for airsoft comps? Yes, Badger, you pay for airsoft comps. Nobody. Unless you're talking about competitions, then maybe you do pay for entry fees. But if you're talking about weapons comps, no, you don't pay for that.
Oh no. But so we'll keep the momentum going with the questions. What has been your favorite moment of this season?
So I think there's been all of them have been good. All of the episodes have been good. The magazine, I really enjoyed the magazine. I really enjoyed writing up the articles, and it just read so nicely. It felt like a good accomplishment for me to be able to be. Not an author as such, but I was able to write up articles. And I thought, for me personally, I thought they came out really nicely. But if I have to think of my favorite moment, it would have been with Luan Punish's episode. It was our very first recording of this whole podcast thing, and it just went so smoothly. There was no hiccups, no delay. It was just nice, easy conversation. It was like having a beer with mates and just having a good chat. So for me, that was probably one of my most enjoyable moments. And like I said, it's not that anyone did anything differently or anyone was worse than others. It was just a nice one. I just really enjoyed it. Maybe it's just like I said, maybe it was our first recording. And for you,
I would actually also have to say Luan Punish's interview, but there was one thing specifically that he said that like it's still in my head to this day of what's something he would like to see in the airsoft community in the future. And when he said he wants to see more collaboration, so all like big organizations making these massive games for us to play. I mean, ever since he mentioned it, it's been in my head of I've just been thinking of imagine we have Airsoft X, but we have the Roy cuts from KOF. I mean, that would be just a phenomenal game to play.
hmm yeah, well, that's true. I see there's a comment here from STYX about the boom at Kempton Park. I agree with the comment with regard because who doesn't want to play there, but in the same sense, there's other venues as well that who wouldn't want to play there. I mean, we'll touch about that on that a little bit later. But I honestly think why there was such a big boom with Kempton Park is because everything was still, from what I've you know, as I was saying, it's like from my point of view, um, the communities were still kind of like playing social games. So there was a few big events here there. Like, I know Paul mentioned a few, but when Bruce kicked in that Kempton Park thing, he did a really good job of reaching people that have not played airsoft yet. I mean, there was a big boom of guys that wanted to go play there and they didn't know anything but so they just wanted to play there. I heard about airsoft, mates started. I mean, you guys weren't really playing airsoft, and then you guys kicked into airsoft. We were using airsoft as a training method for our real steel training, and then we're like, well, let's go and shoot people. Use our training in training. Oh my gosh. Um, so we we then went there. So it was so that's I think was part of the big boom.
No, but also as you said, of there was the big boom because of the location. But there, as you said, there's still all these other different locations that you can try. So it's like Site 76. When you hear about it, you've got a basic idea of what it is. But once you're there and you actually walk the field, it's completely different to what you imagined in your head. So it's one of those things where you've got to go and try to go to as many different fields as you can go to, and just see which field works for you, which one you're more comfortable with, kind of thing. I see Mitch of the Bushveld has joined us. How
What's
are
up,
you doing,
Bushy?
Mitch?
So Ragnar commented was one of his favorite moments. There was I think I don't know if he's listed from A to B, like first to third, but I enjoyed the Paul Geely, his episode, which was actually good because it shows you about guys and how in depth they go into into their sport. I mean, Paul's a guy he's focused on his one rifle and he masters that rifle. He masters his craft in his Geely, and that's what he wants to focus on. I mean, he mentioned he would like to get an LMG and so forth, but his focus was that. So it just shows you the intensity of how much guys focus on a role or on a specific thing. I also enjoyed Edwin's and Bear's episodes. It was, I mean, it was good to see that the two organizers, Edwin being also one of the biggest groups in South Africa with TC. It was nice hearing from him and how he manages such a big group, and how Bear, in such a short amount of space, was able to grow SLE and grow big gear.
No, no, I mean, all the podcasts have been unique in their own way.
Mm.
They've all got their own memorable part to it. I mean, I was thrilled when Gilly was mentioning past videos and he was like, "Oh no, I watched this one and I heard this in here." That just it was a very nice feeling to hear of that he enjoyed what we were doing. He paid attention and he gave feedback regarding it.
Which helped
So
us.
it's
I
like
mean,
each
if you look at Paul Kleinhans's first his episode, it was one full solid episode from from minute one, second one to 60 minutes later, and with Edwin's his critique was like, no, we're going to start breaking it down into smaller episodes, which I think is actually better.
agreed. It makes so many things easier on our side.
Ragnar, we haven't done Jared yet. I did speak to Jared. He's very keen to do it. We just got to set up a time with him, but we will do it. We actually even have coming up the butchers lined up for interview, which is one of our when we played competitively is one of our biggest rivals in the
Yeah.
competitive 5v5s. But yeah, we've got some more really good episodes coming up, and we're looking for another play of the month or lowdown of the month. So if you feel like you're that guy, send your images and stuff to us, and we'll put it in the listings. Sticks, I've got a question, right? Um,
Yes.
so out of all our episodes, we've obviously had a bunch of questions. We try to special or customize those questions to interviewee. What was your favorite question and why?
Hmm. So there's quite a few to list, but I mean, it was nice to find out, like, for example, Bear, like just finding out a little bit about his past and just finding out more about him. I mean, the more personal questions where we got to find out like how long they've been playing, what was their best story. I mean, Gilly Paul's story, he had the baby monitor on the and he put it in the box and he got the red team. That was just phenomenal. So I would have to, yeah, I'd choose that one. I'd choose that one.
It's so true. You're talking about how personal. I mean, I don't think a lot of people knew about Paul Kleinhorn's first his like brother and what was the name and the importance of his LMG and why he loves his LMG so much. You know, and it actually touches hard to know that. Jaden, if you are jealous, then it means you need to come and join us for a game. But simple as that. Um,
And for yourself?
I think for me, my personal is the Battle of the Brands. I love that question. It's so interesting. You know, you're either going to have a few guys agree to certain brands, but everyone starts off with, I think they're all great brands. Like, no, you've got a favorite. Everyone's got a favorite brand. It's as simple as that. But then it comes out like it's either as a starting off rifle, it's either G and G most of the times. Then guys mention Double Bell, and then they start listing the rest.
Yeah.
But then when they talk about their own special, what sits nicely with them, what they wish they had, then you start seeing come out. Yes, I agree with you, Ragnar, not Aries.
Oh,
And
Taz, I disagree with you on that one, eh?
no, you know what the thing is? Taz has got a flippin' lucky box one. Out of the box, that thing was whacking 2 joules. And he
At
hasn't had his
1.8 and no
1.8.
upgrades, nothing.
And he has not once battled with it. I have an Aries and the flippin' yep, the shell cracks open, the whole front part by the air nozzle breaks off, or it's this, or it's that. No, and then I go ICS, and then you flip it and have proprietary parts, and I can't get a bloody hop up. I have to buy max air, and no. So yeah, I think I digress. I love the battle of the brands. I think it's nice to see everyone's personalities and their favoritisms comes out in there in terms of what they enjoy. Um, and then obviously they come with what they think newcomers should go with.
Okay. So then I've got another more deep dive question for you.
Dweeve.
So
What's
you
up,
and I have
Bum? How you doing,
been
Bum?
playing. There's Bomb here.
Mm.
How's it, Bomb?
Good luck
But
with your test tomorrow, buddy.
so if you could go back in the past 4 years and play one airsoft event again for the first time, which one would you choose?
It's difficult, because there's so many different fields that I enjoy. But I think for me, if I could go back, I tell you, I was at one. I would go back, and I would like to do it differently. Is the very first Kempton Park, the first Kempton Park. Phantoms were there. We were about 40 players. I think we were the biggest group of players there on the day. And we split up into 4 teams, 4 squads, sorry. We had 4 squads, and then obviously each squad had a team, had 2 teams. And we had maps, we had strategies, we've had radio communications. We did radio frequency 1, radio frequency 2, radio frequency 3, emergency frequency. We were clued up and ready to go, like we were playing Armor 3, big scale, like we always used to. Um, but what I would have liked to have done differently then is the skills and the tactics we've learned now by playing various games to incorporate it there. And I think we would have done a lot better. I think, if I remember correctly, Phantoms captured most of the points, and one of those night op points we captured all on our own. Um, so I think we would have been a lot stronger then, and maybe even enjoyed it a bit more.
Yeah, but on top of that, if that was the first like real game we ever played together or played airsoft like at a I'd say that large scale, because it's like Taz and myself, we would go all the way to Benoni just to go and play, and we'd have to book the field for 10, but there were only five of us. So to that extent, I agree. It would be nice to go back there and implement what we've learned now that we've got a better understanding of airsoft and how everything works, what works well, what doesn't work. I mean, uh, don't forget grenades. Imagine those in the hospital.
Yeah, see, if we
That would
had
be awesome.
if we had Taz's grenades now, I think that would have been, or then it would have been epic. But I must also say, what I did enjoy about that event a lot was the hourly tasks. So there was a paper at your respawn point, and it said at this time, this is the task that's going to be, that you need to accomplish. And each spawn point had different tasks for each faction. Some of them were similar, like similar location, but they were different objectives. So I did enjoy that because then okay, 8 o'clock, you know, okay, we'll skip this task because this one's going to be a low points, but we'll go for this task and do something like that. Um, yeah, look, I must go say that with STYX, yeah, on the first Kempton, we were on I think it was the fourth floor, very top floor, and it was in the middle of the night, and like one guy in the corridor, a team in the corridor pushed the door closed, and you weren't allowed to have those door closed. And we broke up in our two teams. We broke up on both sides. We didn't set center corridor, and we breached into each room, cleared it out, and we got to this door. And as I was trying to push it open, they slammed it closed, and politely say, "Look, guys, you can't keep it open. You can't keep it closed. Let's just open up, and we'll move our separate ways." And as I open it, the dude full auto, close
I
range,
remember that.
in my face, in my ear, and they closed the door again. And at that time, we had Arthur, and we called him Rhino. And I was angry, obviously, but I kept my calm. And the other player that's not part of our team anymore, what was his name? What, Rooster, started
Yes, yes,
swearing, carrying on. But Rhino just went straight, full on through that door. I mean, he was a big boy, full on through the door. I think like temper bowling guys flew out there, and then they're like, "Okay, fine, let's just move off." It was funny, but
I see
yeah.
that Taz said in the comments, ooh, grenades would have been epic in the hospital.
Can
Yes,
you
that's what we're saying.
can you imagine like with those throw and forget grenades, and they're so cheap, so you'd have a few, and you just hear blah, 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 everywhere. That would have been pretty cool. But now, anyway, so what would be your go to if you could go back?
Mm, I'm gonna be very, very different and out there. I can't remember exactly when it was, but it was mine and Taz's second tournament, and it was the first time playing on a team with you since Kempton, and we were at Clearwater.
Oh, the Battle Rush games.
Yes, the
Yes,
Battle
okay.
Rush games.
That was a good
That
one.
day, clear as day in my mind, I remember we just lost because it came down to the only 1v1 of the day.
Mhm.
Just lost that, but that was by far one of my favorite games. Especially because I remember we were like, "Yo, no, let's put a torch here, so they're gonna just keep shooting at the torch." And we forgot to pick the torch up when we switched sides, and then we fell for the same shit. It was like, why?
I
So
remember one.
that would be my one to go and just relive it, because even though we lost it, well, it was one of the stepping stones to becoming more part of the Phantom group and everything like that.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I have a personal connection to it.
Well, I do like that one. I actually forgot about that one. It's a really good event. What was nice about that event, I think we had three teams entered into that event. All right. Um, we had one LM. We had a 1v1 on one LM because we broke even. And these were the Battle Rush 5v5s. And then we had the second, because we cleared them out of our pool. We cleared out one alien. We beat them. And then we were in the final pool and the Butchers. And then it was me versus Chewy from the Butchers on
Yes.
the 1v1. And I mean, that was such a quick game. And he came up from behind and got me the kill from behind. But that was a good one, I must say. That was also, and I think that was the first time we also really like clicked as a
Yeah, but I thought
team.
that we were a little bit cheeky because no one said in the briefing you cannot throw the bat into your
Yeah,
teammates.
I
No
remember.
one stated that. But again, I do understand why we got called out on it. Because our one teammate just picked it up and freaking just threw it across the whole field. So that I do understand. But yeah, that was one of the
Cheers,
that's the game.
Ragnar. Have a good one.
Have a lacquer and Ragnar.
Yeah, that was a good one. Let's see what says, guys. So Ragnar says Renegade Park. He would go back to. Uh,
Okay.
I don't think I've ever played Renegade Park.
Think so
I
either.
don't think so. And then Stecky says the border war. Now, we've heard a lot about the border war. That was in 2012, if I'm not mistaken. They had the border war, and that's when they had all those helos. I think they had those 3 or 4 helos where they were inserting players into the field, and one was there for shooting out of, and one was for recording, if I remember correctly. Yeah,
Yeah, I mean, I would have loved to have been there.
if we knew then, I would have paid for that ticket.
I would have paid
Um,
even more. Just take my money.
yeah, take it. So, going back to what event you would have played again, what are the 2 fields that you enjoy the most?
Oh, okay. Uh, in first place, I would have to say Nimrod. I love my CQB combat, and Nimrod has some nice tight corners, but it's mixed with some nice open space. And I mean, my Tommy gun works nicely for CQB. Low dual, accurate over 35 meters on 2.5s. And I think I look badass when I run with it. I hope I do. But that would be my first one, would be Nimrod. I haven't gone since they've done the expansion. I'm dying to go. I want to go and see what they're planning to do there and that little expansion. And secondly, I would say Paintball plays Krugersdorp. I mean, we've been going there for years now. They've got a nice variety when it comes to fields, and there's I enjoy the vibe that they have. They've never not been welcoming to us. So I would have to say them just purely based on that. And yourself?
I actually agree with you on both ends. I was also going to say Paintball Place because that's where we do our socials, and it just feels like home. And Athena and Max, it's always nice, always welcome, always make plan for us, and we just enjoy it there. Just as a group of guys, blowing off steam. I love it there. And then I would agree with you on Nimrod. I mean, again, if just because I'm saying CQB is my thing. Tactical operations it's my niche. I love it. Can I do other things? Of course, but that's the thing I enjoy the most. Our tactics are always solid and sound. And I think it was the one SLE. I think it was episode 2.5. I think I've got it. Yeah, 2.5. Um, where Phantoms was pro NATO. We took over NATO. It was our first operation as NATO, and it was majority Phantoms in that. I think we were about 25 Phantoms playing that one. And we blooming whitewashed the field. We held that points and we held that building and we took over that building like it was second nature to us. And I think it's because we train a lot together and we do a lot of tactical movements together. Our communications were solid and it was just like a quick, easy flow through. I think that was why I love Nimrod as well.
And I mean, at one point in time when we had a team in, I think it was bar kitchen area, we were taking fire from balcony, and next thing on top of the roof, there we just got support. That was something else to see.
I see a lot of comments in the commentary as well as that Numrod. I think it's really is a good field.
It,
It's got quite good diversity. You've got the CQB, you've got fields, you can do a lot there.
that you can.
Yeah.
We play with custard, Jazz. So our next question is going to give a bit more insight into what our hopes are for the future of the podcast. So, do you want to start us off, or do you want me to?
Um. Look, I think the future of the podcast in terms of what we're going to do is going to stay the same. We're going to focus on getting good interviews in. We're going to focus on our magazine, and we're going to focus on growing the sport. I want to get out there to the young players. I mean, I've got kids. I want my kids to be able to play, and their friends play. But that's just me. That's just my kids. There's other hundreds of other kids out there.
You
When
just want STYX to be a human shield again.
and get whacked by my own son, sure. Um, no, the thing is, when I grew up, all I cared about was going to the military. I mean, I was enlisted to the British Army. I was in the police, so all I cared about was being there, being the shooter. And I'm sure there's kids that's still out there. I mean, I know a lot of things is just about gaming, and a lot of kids are playing a lot of like Call of Duty and stuff, but they're stuck indoors, stuck in front of a screen. They're not getting out there, they're not getting active. And I think airsoft is that bridge between getting outdoors and playing the games you play on your Xbox or PlayStation or computer.
Yeah.
And I
No,
think it's healthy for them to get out there and to be able to play. You know? We play Rainbow Six Siege, and we use those tactics in the game in airsoft.
well,
So
not all of them. Our favorite one we can't do.
I can't quite,
Right.
can't quite place flipping bombs, right? But I think that's what I want to get at. I'm hoping for in the future to get more community support to grow this with people. It's not about us. We started this, and we are obviously the faces in this podcast. Someone has to be, but this is for everyone, and we want to get involvement, and we want to grow. And I'm looking forward to the days we can go and do live podcasts or live streams at certain events, be it an NSL internationals game that they have at the NSL. They're bringing all the teams here. We're there doing the podcast, or we're there doing the live stream at a arguments like a border wall. You know, um, that would be fun
Get
for us to do.
journalist patches on our reflectors. Go
Yeah.
in, make it more Milsim type, eh? Don't shoot them. They're just there to interview.
Pull the random guy out off the bomb. Listen, how's your bomb holding going? Oh, sorry, you got shot. Move on. Nothing like that. Uh, let's see what's it. What does Jaden say? My farms are up for offer for a bush warfare style battle. Can host. Yeah, but I mean, I'll put you in
Ooh,
contact with some of the organizers, and let's see. Maybe we can organize something. Um,
that would be something interesting.
yeah. If you know some guys with healers there as well, then tell them get involved.
Yeah, I see
You,
Taz made a comment there. It's really awesome playing with your kids and share the same mindset and strategy. Yep.
look, I think you know I would love to get my kids more involved in it. I'll take them every now and then, but also it is at the point for me that this is my breakaway from work and life and home life. So it's my breakaway, my enjoyment. So at the moment, it's a me thing. I'm being a bit selfish about it, but there is times that I want to take them out to go with, and when they get a bit older, then I'll definitely include them more because then it's more bonding than just
Yeah.
me breaking away. Because right now it's
No.
like All right, put your gun down. Don't point it at that person. No, 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 you can't do that. Keep your mask on. So it's more parenting than playing for me at the moment.
That I do understand. But I mean, from the little bits when was it Riley came to play?
Mm.
I mean, yeah, he was giving me a run for my money on the speed soft field until he said to me, "Don't take it easy on him. Don't
Mm.
take it easy on him." And then I was like, "Okay, cool." But even in that short time period, you could see how he would apply what he's learnt in games, on video games and all of that. He was able to apply it on the field. Yeah, there were a few little hiccups along the way, but overall he did extremely well.
Mhm.
And I think that's the one benefit that comes with if you've got some sort of knowledge be by watching movies or playing games. You get some sort of an idea.
Yeah.
I see Bushy said Riley's a machine.
It can be, but I must be honest with you. At my son's birthday, Riley's birthday, we invited all the friends to paintball place, and my daughter was playing with. Did she go crazy? She was 1v all of them, and she just whacked them all. She
Yeah.
she peppered them all. Um, so I think my kids, if they grow up with me as their father, they're gonna have to love guns and love all this stuff because I've got a photo of my daughter when she was 3 years old holding a gun, and I'm showing her how to hold it properly. So they know they do. It's something that I would love them to get into, and they will. They will get into that. What do you see as the future for our podcast?
Well, I mean, we started the podcast to help more people join the airsoft community and just talk about what we were curious about. Ask the questions that people were too afraid to ask. I mean, we've been playing for plus minus 4 years and never seen anything like a podcast or the magazine thing. I never saw that in the past, and just to be able to give that to someone else, I mean. We've discussed in previous podcasts how to make it easier for beginners. And I mean, that's something I would have loved to have had beforehand, all that knowledge going into to airsoft. I mean, our first rifle I bought, gas blowback, cost me an arm and the leg, and I still don't have it. I got rid of it.
Yeah,
So it's like that to me of we able to assist beginners and new people. If we can keep doing that, I'll be happy. I mean, we just getting to share our passion and our joy for the sport.
yeah. I agree with you on that. I mean, like we said in the beginning, how many guns have we gone through? You buy this gun. I bought the Aries. I bought the ICS, and not that they're bad guns, but they're not right in South Africa because they don't have the support in parts. Um, So for me, that was like, I wish I knew that before I freaking bought it. And that's what we were talking about in our episodes, as well as the magazine. We're doing tech questions, tech articles. What's the last magazine we did? What's the difference between HPA, GBBR, AEGs, GBBs? And as a newcomer, that's important to know because that's your basis, your foundation of what you're going to buy. Um, Even now, I still think it's like, do I really want to get a GBBR? I love the idea of it, but is it practical in the type of games that we do play? Um, and
Eventually, we all invest.
eventually, yeah, eventually I would love to. But I think that's the thing. As a new person in a community, you sometimes, especially younger guys, they're too scum to ask on the communities. you know. Even older guys. I mean, you go into flipping Facebook and you're on real still groups, and you ask a question. Boy, can you get backlash like like Captain Jack Sparrow running away from those cannibals type of a thing. So I think it's nice to have. Here's the foundation, and then you can base your questions off of that. Although don't get me wrong, the community isn't like that. As sometimes newcomers might feel that way, but the community isn't like that. The community loves to help. I remember when I didn't know anything about lipos and I asked a question on the cough group, and the first person to answer was Alex from Tactical Slybok, and he gave me a whole breakdown of what lipos are, why. lipos or NIHMs and how to charge it. And then I'll still ask him, what is storage charge? And it's not like are you freaking stupid the way he responded. It's like storage charge is this and this is why you use this. So the community is great in that sense. We're
I
just
mean,
giving the foundation.
we've heard it in plenty other podcast episodes. I mean, that's one thing a lot of people, organizations, and players they really enjoy about airsoft is the community. So I mean, for us to be a part of something that is that nice. I mean, you you go to any COF game, you'll feel welcome. You go to paintball place, you'll feel welcome. I'm sure if you go to urban airsoft and other fields like that, they will make you feel welcome. So I mean, the community, I think we've got a quite a strong one.
It is so. All right, question. And my favorite question of all, Battle of the Brands. STYX, what is your favorite brand and why?
As much as I like my M1A1 Thompson, I'm gonna have to choose GNG. I mean, my GNG DMR, it's made to shoot 2 joules on point threes. It's accurate and a demon. Don't get me wrong, I've had my fair share of issues with it, as you know. Motor fucking out, the wires giving issues. But it was a lot quicker to fix than other rifles. And that was mainly because of the parts availability. So that's why I would have to say GNG. And yourself?
It's a tough one at the moment. As you can see behind me, I've got my GNG Angry Badger. Um, and not this Angry Badger in the chat group, this Angry Badger behind me. I call her AB. Um, Look, I'm a big fan of GNG. I think out the box you get a really good solid gun, especially with the newer versions that's coming out. I mean, they've got the new mags that the last BB gets pushed out by a little lever, and you can't put that magazine in because that lever locks down forward, and it's to make sure that the last BB gets into the hop up. Um, so then you got to just push that lever back down and then load it again. But I'm I'm leaning a lot more lately towards double barrel. I think if you look at the price classes, obviously GNG is fairly priced. I'm not saying they're overpriced. I think they're fairly priced for what you're getting out of them. But double barrel is coming in at a cheaper rate and is coming out at a better quality. Full metal gun, so upper lower full metal. Um, it's coming out with a 25k gearbox, motor. Sorry, it comes with a CNC piston head, cylinder
Mm-hmm.
head, air nozzle, steel tooth piston. So when it comes to G&Gs, your lower brands like the Raiders, I think they didn't come. I don't think they come out with steel tooth pistons. Pistons, right? I might be wrong, but I know they don't come out with CNC piston heads.
Yeah, they
They,
don't.
I don't think they come out with CNC nozzles or air cylinders. So for a gun, and I'm going to use the TTI, the Terran Tactical International brand or range,
Mm-hmm.
full metal gun. It's a bloody beautiful gun. It looks good, um, and I think I think it's the TTI standard. I think it's like 4,000 or 5,000 whatever, 5,200. I think there's special at Walk at the moment, 5,000, and it's got an ETU in it as well.
Sure. Okay, that's not
So
bad.
it's a really good price. I mean, you buy yourself another brand, and you got to go now buy CNC piston head. That's 200-300 rand. Cylinder head, another 2, 3, 4, 500 rand. Air nozzle, that's 200-300 rand. So you're really looking at like a lot. What you're getting out the box with double barrel, I think, is fantastic. But the question is, what's my favorite brand? And at the moment, it's still going to be GNG. It's going to be my Badger.
But I mean, you brought up some very good points with in regards to double bow. I mean, when we went to Walker, what was it, 2, 3 weekends ago? I mean, you can see the qualities there, and as you said, the pricing they're coming in just right. So I mean, Yeah, I'm not gonna be mad at you if you ended up choosing double bell.
I must be honest, I was very tempted. I was tempted to sell my Angry Badger there, um, and then buy the double belt. But I mean, I just got this thing to shoot 300 and I think it's 365 feet per second at 1.8 joules on zero point 0.3 BBs. I mean, the thing is a beast at the moment, and it's straight, true and straight. So I'm not gonna go and now sell this and then buy another gun and then rework the whole thing. This thing is it's golden. I'll just wait for. I'll use my pages now and buy a second rifle or something.
Yeah, that sounds good to me. So now I'm gonna ask you one of the questions we ask all our guests on our podcast. Unlimited but limited funding. What gear would you choose and why?
All right, off the bat, I'm an MK18 fan, and I want a GBBR. So if I could, I would buy myself a Tokyo Marie MK18 GBBR. Um, I would do it through Daniel. I'll order it through Tiger. If I remember the last time I looked, it was going for I think it was 7,500 that you buy from Tiger. And then obviously with the import or the customs and stuff like that, it would have worked out to. Um, let's check this. Let's say, where's that chicken run? Well,
Really?
if we get to 50 viewers, if we get to 50 viewers, STYX will do a chicken run on Saturday. I'll live stream it, and if we get to 70, he'll do it without a shirt on.
Things I
Wait,
do for
if
you
we get to
guys.
a, if we if we get to 100, he'll do it in a nappy.
No, I'll
Hold
do it
my
in a
beer.
in an essay speeder, but not a nappy.
Hold my beer.
I'll pull a fuck the clack and I'll run in a speedo. If we get to 100, I'll run in a speedo for sure.
Oh gosh. So to get back to it, I would go for that GBBR. Um, yeah. And yourself?
So I'm gonna be very out there. I'm a fan of the GBBR Dragonov currently. I've been eyeing it out. I mean, I know you don't get that many rounds with it, but still, I mean, just the look of it, that would be terrifying. So I would have to say, if I could, I would get that. But I don't think I'd do much upgrading internally and all of that. I think I'd more do the aesthetic kind of thing of make sure that it's got a nice scope, everything like that. Because with 22 rounds in a magazine, I've got to stay hidden. There's no way I can play how I normally would. But that and then just for fun, I'd say a Luger pistol, just for
Goed,
fun.
ja. Dat is goed, ja.
Yeah, I'd say those would be my ideal too if I could.
I think the beauty of a GBBR is that it can be adjusted. Um, you can set it. Well, don't know about all of them, but I know of some where you can use your Allen key to adjust how much volume you want to have gear come out, etc. Um, but yeah, I mean, it's all beautiful guns. I think I stick to my tactical moves. I'll keep to that. I think Daniel Defense made one of the most beautiful guns when it came to that MK18. So, but
So you're
fair
not going to try
that.
what you did last training of 360 no scope.
Oh no, I mean I'll just do that with a grenade next time, like 360, I'll throw it in your face. Um, but I do think that Dragunov it's a pretty cool gun, and I'm sure it's going to sound like when you were at that Kempton game with the Mossad through the through the corridors. Yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah, if I got lost, I just had to shoot 2 or 3 times and people would find me. STYX, is that you?
uh, Badger would go shotgun all the way. Badger, we're talking about airsoft. Okay, just clear this airsoft, buddy. Sticks, I've got a question for you, and it's not on the list, so you've not even prepped for this question.
Okay,
All right.
let's go.
Um, we've played almost everything in airsoft. We've played Milsim, we've played Speedsoft, we've played the 5v5s. Um, and out of all of them, we've always been competitive in everything that we do. We don't do half-ass anything. But out of all of that, what has been your favorite?
Phantom end of year event, Mulder's Drift. It's same as Edwin's game. I mean, we've done multiple at that location, and I mean, I remember the next time it was a birthday party. I think it was Reaper's birthday party, and it was you, me, Taz, Havoc, Reaper against some other people. I think it was Phoenix, Special, Nova, and we had the infrared. And I remember how quiet that game was. I mean, we played for 3 hours, but we only shot for the last 5 minutes of it. And I
But you
mean,
guys don't have the infrared.
yes.
Oh, you cheeky bastards.
But we still ended up crawling through thorns, so I'd say karma got us pretty good. But mainly I remember, I think it was Special. He was taken out very quickly, and when we were all walking out after being hit, Reaper checked in the bush with the therm. He's like, someone's lying there. Va, va, va. Turns out Special had been sleeping there. He had been hit, and he decided, no, he's not moving. He's just gonna put his head down and he's gonna sleep. So that was
Jeez.
how he got woken up. So that will be in my mind of definitely there. I mean, I wish we could go play there one more time, but unfortunately
We'll
we
go.
can't. But
We'll go to Badger's Farm.
yes, that sounds like a plan.
Go to Badger Farm.
And for yourself,
You know, it's. I think every style of airsoft has its enjoyments. I must say, I really enjoyed the speed soft at paintball place. Um, I love the competitiveness of that, and our communication was on point. We were on fire. Um,
record, if I'm not mistaken, no one's
yeah,
broken or touched it. 26 seconds
24
start to
seconds,
finish.
clearing out the team in 24 seconds. I mean, I wasn't part of that one. I think I was away on that one, but it's still the point is that that just shows the level of the training that we put in. I remember we did the training against the cherry bombs,
Yes, you and me.
and
You and
we
me.
we rotated around, and I think it was behind Kelly. Kelly was the last one. And I'm standing there behind, and I'm looking at her, and I'm like looking at her, and I want to like tap her on the shoulder, and she didn't do anything, and I'm like, oh guys, what must I shoot her, or what must I do? And after a while, she looked back at me. I was like, you're out.
It took about 10 seconds for her to
Yeah.
realize you were behind her because she was focusing fire on me and the other guys that were near. She had no idea you were even pushing up there. I just see you standing there. I stopped shooting. I'm like, okay, this is going to end any second now.
Uh, so I think I enjoyed that competitiveness. I did enjoy the Phantom Knight game as well because we incorporated a lot of like realism to it, like bandage or medical rules. So if you got shot, you had to like open up a medical chart, dice, roll a dice, see what was the medical problem. That gave you a time limit of how you got to patch this person up. So that was fun. And there was also the night that TCU joined us,
Yes.
um,
And
which
they ran around,
was
one guy ran around with the
oof.
satellite dish as his riot shield.
And they set landmines. Hydra actually, I think Hydra was the ones that built the landmines and they placed it. Um, so yeah, I think, but for me personally, just that, I think I love the competitiveness, and I loved how much training we've put into that to be good at it, and our communication spot on when we played. That's that's what I like about tactical operations as well. When you're moving as a team, you're not just moving, you're communicating. And sometimes you don't communicate with words. Sometimes you just communicate with your body motion. You know, um, yeah, that was it for
Yeah.
me.
Speaking on like where sometimes you don't need to speak to communicate. I remember Taz, Ace, and myself went through to one of the Kempton Park games, and we cleared from the first floor, third floor, back down without saying one single word. And we knew exactly, okay, if I'm at the back, I've got to be watching rear. So every few seconds, you turn around and you check. Guy in front, make sure if you're going past and you last man, you do the tap. It's the small things like that. And I mean, the silent communication is just more terrifying than anything else.
I think that's what makes us so strong, is because we have that cohesion, and we're not, oh shit, where's this guy now? What happened to him? We're like, okay, you break off, you communicate, you're letting people know, and information in war is key. You know, information gives victory. Um, in the old days, it was about who had the most firepower, who had the most ammo would win the war. And nowadays, it's the person with the most information. Um, so, Sticks, I've got one final question, and I think then we'll open up and see if anyone's got other questions for us. But, you know, like I said, I like playing competitively. You are a phenomenal player, I think, in all spaces as well. Um, you went from someone that didn't have the confidence in the speed soft to being one of the best flankers I've ever seen playing. Um, would you play competitive airsoft, like NSL or speed soft or whatever?
Listen, I would love to give NSL a try, but it's just the NSL team, they live on that field. So to go up against them with no knowledge of the field itself, I feel it would be a bit of a disadvantage. So that's why I've been putting it off. But I mean, I enjoy being competitive. As we've spoken about in previous podcasts, it's being competitive can be good. And I mean, regardless of when we go, if we lose or we win, we have fun. And end of the day, we're still smiling. We're still proud of ourselves. We didn't compromise our morals or anything. We can still have our head up high and just own it.
Mm-hmm.
And I miss that. I would love to get more back into the competitive thing, but also time, time to do it. That's that's an issue.
Yeah, no, that's true. I would love to get back in for Battle Rush. You know, if Bruce ever starts that up again, the Battle Rush 5v5s. I would love to get into that. I think I would like us to get into some of the taxum that Bear's doing. Bernard, he's got those taxums. I'd love to do some of those. But yeah, um,
And
so
there's also that new one, Real Sim, that's also coming out, but don't know too much about it. Gotta go and look more into it. But I know that could be something as well.
yeah, sticks. It's something we've started, but you know, yeah, we'll see. We'll see how that goes. I think the real sim is, it's for guys that really want to, that focuses on real steel.
Well, I
And
mean, just remember how Goose was walking. I mean, we can't not see that again. We have to.
um,
Check some and rules from us.
hey Mando, how you doing, buddy?
Awesome, Amanda. I'll pop you a message and get the rules from you.
Um, so yeah, I think you did make it in time, but I think that's pretty much it that I have in terms of questions. I don't know if there's anyone on the chat group that has any questions they want to ask, but yeah, I've had a good time in these last 6 episodes in this magazine, and I look forward to many more.
So it's a lot of effort, but it's rewarding at the end of it. So I would say, yeah, I completely agree there. And everyone in the chat, if there's any topics you guys want to hear us discuss, anything you want to bring up, if you don't get to do it on the live, just shoot us a message, comment. We'll have a look at it, and we'll definitely look into talking about it. Because again, we want to talk about what you guys want to hear.
Yeah. And maybe next time my son won't walk past freaking corner again. Have to
Next
tackle
time, just
him.
have the pistol ready.
Just show you. So you,
Execute Order 66.
there you go. But it is my youngest, so yeah. That one's the one that I'm telling you. Riley he plays. Riley's a strategic player. Zachary, my youngest, is a aggressive player. He's just going to bulldoze and whack.
So yeah, anyone in the comments got any questions, queries that you'd like to ask? We're more than happy to answer them.
Jaden Badger, thanks so much, man, for being on. Keely, thank you guys. Everyone, thank you for being on. And Bushy, thanks for the compliment. Appreciate it.
We appreciate the support you guys have given us. Really, really do appreciate it. So just want to say thank you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, and also don't forget the draw for Airsoft X. It's ending soon, so don't forget to go and enter. I
Yeah,
mean, you can get a free ticket for Airsoft X, biggest event in South Africa. So
absolutely.
no brainer. It's a no
Just
brainer for
a
me.
reminder on how to enter. Obviously, on our website where we do the magazine, SAS of magazine, uh, you got to register onto the website. Yeah, then you can read the magazine as well. But with that registry, you get an entry into the ticket draw for the first ticket, and then the second ticket is anyone that's bought a ticket from, when was it? I think it was July till the end of August. Um, we'll draw the name, and you get a refund of that ticket 100%. Lekker.
So Airsoft Mag is going to be releasing issue 2, August issue, very soon. It is also going to be free. So thank you, SA Airsoft Mag.
Yes. Thank you, SAS of Mac. Thank you, STYX SAS of Mac. It's all the work you put in. I mean, at the end of the day, this is what we're doing. It. We want to grow the community. So, thank you, STYX. I must say, it's been hectic for me work wise lately. This last month actually. It's been really hectic for me in the work, and where I've not been able to do some stuff that I needed to do, you picked up the slack. So I just want to, on the live stream, just say thanks, Stix, for all the efforts that you put into and all the editings that the videos are doing. I mean, wouldn't have been possible without you as a partner.
Thank you. I really appreciate it, and it's no issue. Again, we do this because we're passionate about it.
Absolutely. That's it. That's it for the all we have, guys. Thank you very much, and we'll see you guys on the next
Every
episode.
evening. Cheers, cheers, guys.